This is Dusty Road Adventures, and we're going to do a review of the Saturn FPK 365. This is obviously an inflatable kayak. It's got the 3 different chambers, the center being drop stitch. Typically, we like to fill up the sides to about 3 psi and the center to about anywhere from 9 to 10 psi. We'll do a little fast forward here of inflating it. Typically it takes about 5 minutes. It's pretty easy to set up. So we're back, it's fully inflated, and we're going to go over some of the features with you and give our opinion. So up front here you have a handle, and down below you have the tracking fin up front and in back. Now all down the sides here you have the D-rings for just optional accessories, whatever you want to do. Right up in front of the drive system. A little further down, you have the tracks. We like to put the fishing rod holders in here, and we'll do a setup here in a minute of that. On the left side of the kayak, you have your oar holders. They're pretty stiff, forewarning. A little hard to get the oars in from our experience. Right in the center here, you have your straps with some more D-rings. This is set up for like a chair. I personally bought the Ascend chair. Fits right in here, really comfortable. There's a lot of different options. Brian, which one's yours? What brand? A GCI Outdoor. That one sits a little taller. We'll swap them out and kind of show you the differences. Obviously in the center, right in front of the seat here, you have the drop-in drive system housing. It's got the little clips where like the axle goes in. And right behind the seat, you'll have some bungees. And right in the back here, you got another handle, and underneath, your rear tracking fins. So the drive system is very similar to the Hobies. You just got the 2 pedals with the fins on the bottom. You just drop it through the center here. And it just clicks in. As you kick, see the fins, and as you start approaching shore, you're going to want to kick them up against the bottom of the boat like that. That way you're not scraping against any of the rocks or any of the hazards under the water. So up top, like we talked about, the rail system. We got the rod holders. You can do all sorts of different accessories with those. We got a little rudder system from Pelican, I believe. Works pretty well. It just has some cables that run all the way back. We just routed it through the D-rings. Got the Ascend chair. Folds down. I kind of like put some buckles. So as we talked about, this is the GCI Everywhere chair. It does have a little bit more ride height. It also has a cup holder and some adjustability down here on the side. Alright guys, so this one is the Hobie Mirage Compass. We're going to go over the features and the setup and all the value it brings. Obviously, you got your drive system. Looks a little bit different. One of the main features about this drive system is if you do hit a rock and whatnot, these fins kick up, which is pretty useful if you're going through some really shallow water. So all you got to do is same thing, stick it in here, drop it right in, should click right in. These little tabs, if you do happen to have the 180 drive system, pull that one for reverse, kicks the fins around, and then pull this one if you want to go forward. They're labeled right on there. So here, I think they're forward already. If I pull the reverse, they flip around, and then you can kick, and now you're going backwards. You got a little bungee mesh net system for any gear, whatever. Up here, little accessory port. Over here, you got the track systems that are just built in and flush mounted to the kayak itself. Over here, you got a built-in drink holder, and right in the center you got a bunch of storage You can even stick a rod all the way down there if you want. Right in back here, you got another bungee system for plenty of gear, and you got the rod holders on both sides, and then on the opposite side you got your rudder controls. Here's your rudder down here. This actually flips down with a control that's up here. So you can see this little tab, you just pull or let that one out and it'll drop the rudder down. So Brian, why don't you tell us a little bit about your kayaking experience and why you went with the Hobie at first and
Sure.
so on.
Yeah, I've had a lot of different kayaks over the years. Then I realized I want to focus on kayak fishing. I had a great time doing it with the kayaks I had. So I bought a Sen 12-foot kayak. It had a lot of features. It's a really comfortable kayak, really stable. But it turned out in the end, it was too heavy. It was 110 pounds, had a lot of features I didn't ever use. I really only used the one hatch. The front and rear hatches were not easy to access, so it didn't really make sense. So I started looking around for something that was lighter, and I also want to do like hands-free motion, so I went with the Hobie because it's lighter, 68 pounds, still 12 feet long, but you got the pedal drive system, which allows me to kick around the lake. I can cast, I can troll, I can reel in a fish, hold my position just by slow pedaling as fast as I want. It's a really easy and efficient drive system. So I've been really happy with it, had a lot of good times on it. It's really stable as well, it's comfortable, you can sit all day long on it and fish. You can pedal around for miles without getting tired. It really tracks well, it's fast, and in conditions where it's windy, the pedal drive system makes a big difference on getting back. You don't have to fight the wind so much, it's just really easy to kick right through. If you want to use the pedals to help, or the paddles to help, you can.
Personally, like, it's a huge thing with me is storage. Like Brian was saying, it's a great kayak and whatnot, but I'm in a condo. I cannot get a 12-foot hard kayak up and down stairs or whatever and be able to store this thing. Don't have a garage or a big backyard, so the inflatable is the only way to go. If you do get something like this Hobie, you're gonna need a truck or an SUV to throw it either in the back of a truck, on top of it, or on top of the SUV.
Or a trailer.
Or a trailer. And that limits a lot of different people from getting it to the lake.
Toss it in the van, toss it in the back of a truck, toss it in the trunk of a small car. We even have it in a trailer on the back of our Surron, fit right in there. There's also the D-rings in front are set up to where you can have two seats on there. You can set another seat up front and have one in the back. Obviously you can't use the pedal drive system, but it is set up for two-person, or it is capable of a two-person setup.
Yeah, and like you said, this one's 400 pounds, 300 pounds capacity. At least that's what it's rated for. Both 12 feet long. The Saturn weighs in at 43 pounds without the pedal drive system or the seat or any sort of accessories that you put on it. And the Hobie comes in at about 68 pounds without any accessories. The Saturn comes in at, well, when we bought it, $800 plus $100 additional for the shipping. And that gets you the drive system, a rudder, the paddle, or the paddles, and the boat itself.
Yeah, for the Hobie as is with a 180 drive system with the kick-up turbo fins, which I like, and the shade, the awning that I bought comes in just under $3,000, so it's definitely a premium product. With the Hobie, it is high quality. Everything works well. Nothing's broken. Everything just works as it should every time. I've been really happy with the quality.
As far as the Saturn, there has been a couple quality issues. Like, I think yours had the rudder pin.
Yeah, the rudder pin dropped out while I was on the lake. It just somehow came out, fell into the water. My drive system's been kind of touchy.
However, in my personal opinion, I would still choose the Saturn over the Hobie. The portability, the weight of it, just all the different options you have with accessories between the D-rings and whatnot. It's just all around an easy kayak to manage.
So when it comes down to it, all the factors, the price, the portability, the storage, the comfort, the speed, just the fun factor of both of these combined. I am going to be getting rid of the Hobie because I came down to a decision of I either get a trailer for the Hobie so I can take it when I take my van out, because it's just not an option of bringing it with me when I'm van camping. So I need a trailer. So do I invest more in taking the Hobie out so I can get it more places more often, or do I just go with the Saturn? So I made the decision to get rid of the Hobie and just go 100% inflatable with the Saturn. So it really is, in my opinion, worth it. I've owned a lot of different kayaks, and I would say if you need portability, just go straight for the Saturn, unless you're gonna trailer a couple of Hobies. If you have a few of them and you need a trailer anyway, go for it. But if you have this type of kayak, you're just gonna need a trailer.
Couldn't agree more.
Like and subscribe.